welcome back! The Hearts Final for Kaiserreich Brazil. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, it's the land of just now. So last time we've had a revolution. We're getting our way down our focus tree here. It's January of 1939, so the second Weltkrieg is just around the corner. The thing that everybody's been looking forward to. So we are missing some basic resources. We need some chromium, probably for our tank divisions that I'm trying to slowly produce. We make one tank every 2 weeks. This is Cindy, Brazil, yes. Well, I mean we're technically totalists, but could trade the Russians. No, we could. Could trade with Cuba. They have a lot of chromium. How many factories do we actually have? We have 11. We'll trade one with Cuba. Deal, we'll trade one more with France. And for one tungsten, I think we should be okay. I'm not going to worry about the tungsten. I mean, what are we using the tungsten for? It's for our artillery, which we already have a surplus of. 12,000 rifles. We're missing 230 for tanks. I don't know if we'll really be able to produce more than one tank division in this entire playthrough. The Muller San Pecado premieres in Rio. Nelson Rodriguez's new play has been a talk of the Federal District. As per usual, for something of so brazenly sarcastic, the tragic comedy of the modern days. As a protagonist, Alarnio falls further and further into a spiral of hatred and jealousy towards his wife. Their lives are bit by bit ruined and eroded by that poison. To him, everyone from the insane beggar down the street, his own brother-in-law, are lovers of his wife. He is sure that she's not faithful and hounds her for it. But in the end, his obsessive behavior ends up making her do turn away from him. He runs away with the chauffeur of the household, leaving Olega humiliated and alone, mostly due to his own delusions to begin with. Tragic, tragic tale. I do assume most of these the plays and movies that they do talk about in events, I'm assuming they're all real. So yeah, make sure we turn off Fog of War. Again, Argentina should end up losing this war at some point. I mean, they're also at war with Bolivia. It'd be hilarious if Bolivia ends up killing Chile and winning the war. That's right. Like, usually Bolivia allies themselves with the Chileans to beat Paraguay. I guess in this timeline, Bolivia's just like, you know what? Nah. Let's just kill them. But if they can kill Argentina, they should be in an okay position to probably beat the Bolivians as well. I'm going to put one more factory into tanks. That should be completely okay. What technology do you want to research? Well, 1939. Any industry techs. Excavation. I don't really think so. We'll take one level of doctrine, and we'll take... And heavy tank doesn't make any sense here. I guess we'll take like an improved infantry weapons. It is about 1 year ahead of time, but that's not so bad. Bolivia wants sea access, they do. And they technically have it as long as they can end up killing the Chileans. Is Chile close to capitulation? I don't think so. I mean, their capital's still pretty far down south. Where is Chile? There they are. I mean, they're actually at 74%. I mean, they're actually closer to death than Argentina is. So they haven't lost their capital. They haven't really lost any of their major cities. They've lost most of the south. But the south is essentially hot garbage. So it's not like they would really want that territory to begin with. And again, our one tungsten's fine. The Australasian first movement, that should lead to maybe Australia going national populist. I mean, right now they are... No, they're not national populist. Australian first movement is the paternal autocrats who have declared the Republic of Australia, which should end up leaving the Entente. And then we might actually see the Entente invade Australia. And again, that's okay for us. It distracts the Entente for a little bit. It allows the Internationale to maybe get some maneuvers in. In the Entente right now, they're already at war with the CSA, so them being distracted with an Australian war would also be nice. I do imagine there's probably a way for Australia to probably leave the Entente peacefully. I don't think I've ever seen it myself, but I'm sure it's possible. What are we actually excavating? It's really just rubber. Nothing else really makes sense to me. So you are not that great. I will... 450 days. We'll take a fuel storage. Follow you up with political power gain. The weekend Congress is now going to be a powerless Congress. Could upgrade our artilleries as well. We'll do so. What do you got? I mean, your major cities are close to being on the front lines. And we can't just fight a war against Argentina until we have 50% world tension. And I don't believe we'll hit 50% world tension until the second Weltkrieg. And I mean, we're already in the International, right? Yes. And with Ukraine being in the International as well, I feel like we're in a very, very solid position right now. Because it does mean that Germany is going to be... I mean, Germany's always going to be fighting a two-front war. But Ukraine is like the bulwark of the Eastern Front. And without Ukraine, it really, really weakens Germany. Especially, like, if Lithuania ends up maybe doing... I mean, what are they doing right now? Are they leaning towards maybe having a national populace take over? But at that point, they will declare a, they will declare independence from the Reichspakt. We'll get Germany to invade them. It would mean that White Ruthenia is completely abandoned. And the Baltic Duchy, I mean, they're already still alive, right? So, I think at this point, the game is way too late for them to collapse. Sweden, I don't think it's going to do that well. I mean, they're going to have a front here with Norway in the International and the Russians. So they're going to be fighting a pretty long war. And honestly, it wouldn't actually be that bad for me just to send an army to... You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I've decided. I'm going to take... Maybe not this army. I'm going to take Purple Army. And I am going to deploy them in Norway. With my intention being to quickly dismantle the Swedish army, kill Sweden, and maybe have access in the Baltic Sea. Maybe Russia will get naval superiority, and then we can navally invade some northern ports. Or Denmark joins the Reichspakt, and we invade our way through Denmark. Either way, it'll be quite nice for us. The troops on Argentina probably do not need to be there, because again, I don't think Argentina is going to be lasting too long. I do think Chile and the Patagonian Workers' Front will end up winning that war. And then Bolivia, I mean, Bolivia's Bolivia. Who cares? No offense to Bolivia, of course. Okay, we have one tank division. I mean, we could end up building maybe... It's like 5 divisions for right now. 5 basic infantry. Nothing too crazy. Of course, we have our Revolutionary Workers' Front. We do want them to end up beating Guatemala. Having an alliance down here would be nice. Like, and Cuba's already in the International. Haiti is not. Dominican Republic's not doing anything that we would concern ourselves with. And colonial rise in guerrillas. While bandit trade's never been exactly uncommon in northeastern Brazil, it's the biggest thieves, the landowners who seek to enslave the proletariat, never had to resort to it. However, as the workers' government sought to dethrone them, they turned to cowardly and terrorist tactics in an attempt to intimidate us. They even joined forces with the known criminal gangs. Okay. I mean, it's actually not that bad. I think we did like lose 200 political power. And 200 is quite a bit. But South Africa has now left the Entente. Which I'm completely okay with. I mean, the CSA, they're in an interesting spot. But I don't know if they're going to be able to win against everyone they're fighting. Princely Federations ended up joining the Prosperity Sphere. Apparently this issue, where you do not need to be... You don't have to unite India to join the Prosperity Sphere, is going to get fixed at some point. Because it's actually a bug that you can join up with Japan this early on, before you unite the entire country. Because it does break things, I think, a little bit down here. For sure. Okay. What do we want to go next? Chromium? Steel, rubber. I mean, these are all nice things. Rubber, we don't need, right? Nah, we don't need more rubber. I mean, it does give you 50. It could take the chromium. I would not mind the chromium at all. Wake of the War. It's not even, we don't even have that. Room National Spirit, Wake of the War. Okay, we'll have a great night, Finska. You get stability from you. We have disorganized. We have divided military. National spirit. You remove divided military. The power goes down. I mean, I would like to remove the penalty. It's a, what, 20%? Yeah, 20% organization. We need to standardize equipment. We need to get rid of that penalty. It's not good for us. Not that, of course, any penalty would be good for us. Okay, we got a new Dalai Lama. And are you cores? Yeah, you actually are cores of Ukraine. We do have a large German army on the Ukrainian border. The French... Okay. Germany. I'm talking to you personally. Like, not even as, like, your opponent. But as somebody who wants to see you at least somewhat succeed. You have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units on the French border. I can count that on my hands. How many units do you have on the Ukrainian border? The answer is, I think, basically your entire army. So... I'm wondering about your... Like, what's your strategy here? Because it doesn't seem like it's a great one. I will go one more to infantry equipment, at least for right now. I think Germany might just get steamrolled. Just because they decide to try to crush the Ukrainians instead of dealing with the French. Which I think would be their main... You think would be their main goal, would be killing France, but apparently not. Okay, New York City has fallen. Very unfortunate for us. I mean, who took it? I mean, it's actually still controlled by the CSA, so they probably took it for like 1 second and then immediately lost it again. But I mean, the CSA, if they can end up killing the Union State, killing the United States, and maybe this PSA, and then just fighting the Canadians, they can maybe get something done. Dealing with the colonels. The landowner elites in Northeast have causing endless trouble for us, and we could attempt to negotiate some sort of settlement, or do as people want to, and send in the army to crush the foul rabble once and for all. We can crush them. Yeah, crush them. Give me the 100 political power. I'm sure this is going to end up failing. But they've been a thorn in our side for too long. Deal with them. How are you guys doing? We do see the French have sent some troops over to Greece, but... I mean, Greece is getting volunteers from a lot of different people. And I don't see them really succeeding here. Getting industrial parks right now. It's pretty good. But we don't, like, I'm guessing Austria probably is going to end up uniting before the Second Weltkrieg. But we want Austria to join the Weltkrieg while they're still divided up like this, because they're in a much worse situation than this. Alvandria has never been exactly uncommon in Northeast Brazil. This is the exact same event we just literally had. So hopefully he doesn't just kind of keep constantly firing over and over again. Special Forces. Where's my beautiful, beautiful... Never mind. No, go to limited conscription first. Before we get any military staff, give me limited conscription. We probably also want to get off civilian economy. ASAP. Actually, we can probably do that right now. Yes, we can. Give me early mobilization. Thank you to standardized equipment. We need logistic battalions. Okay. Well, getting our penalties removed is going to take a little bit longer than I originally anticipated. That's okay. We now have our army over here in Norway, providing a what should be an easy campaign in Sweden, or at least what I'm hoping is an easy campaign. I'm hoping that the Swedish spend too much time trying to maybe push their way into the fjords of Norway. Kind of like what Norway's doing. Like, why do you have 4 divisions on the Russian border? I'm gonna tell you, probably not the best. Yeah, I mean, give me all the free stuff. I see no reason to say no to the free items. Planes in reserve. And we'll keep them in reserve for now, because I don't really see a reason to launch them out. I mean, do I need to send troops to Chile? I mean, probably not, because if we send volunteers, it'll probably only be like, what, 1 division? Yeah. Nothing too crazy. And we already lost a division trying to help the CSA, so... I mean, Mexico actually intervened as well. Which actually makes perfect sense. Mexico is totalist. Totalist Mexico does intervene if the Canadians intervene. Okay, well, have a great day, Soviet motherland. I mean, if Mexico... I mean, are you aware of the Canadians as well? You are. Again, the Totalists do not join the Internationale. It would be nice if they did, but again, Totalist Mexico just doesn't do it. And they joined the, this thing, but they're not actually a member of the faction, and they never will be. But hopefully, maybe Mexico can kill the United States. If they take Denver, the U.S. should capitulate. And then Mexico can focus their attention on trying to kill the PSA. Because the PSA right now is literally only California. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to get the kill there. I mean, I think there's probably, like, Los Angeles and San Francisco will probably get the capitulation. I don't even think you need to take Sacramento. Okay, more factories. Are we missing any equipment? I mean, still mostly tanks. But I think we want to try to double aircraft production. Planes are good. Planes are good. Follow this up with building more factories here. American state troops here. Hello, QFabus. Welcome. The CSA could be doing better. And I don't think there's any doubt on that. They did lose Buffalo. They can just take Denver. You take Denver, that should lead to MacArthur dying. Right? Very simple. Just win the war. Just win the war and you wouldn't have any problems. Fools. The fools that they are. Are you doing, yeah, the House of Lorraine will be done very, very soon. Hedges is joining the Cairo Pact. Why are you're just joining the Cairo Pact now? Oh, because the Ottomans have lost the war. Okay. Oh, look at this very tiny Iraq. That's very cute. I don't... Okay, yeah. It didn't last, though, unfortunately. Yeah, Azerbaijan is now at war with Iran. I mean, Azerbaijan, if you're going to declare war on Iran, I would have done it when they were still at war with the Ottoman Empire. I feel like that would have been a better situation for you. But you know what? You do you. I mean, they're now winning against them, so what do I know? It's 5-35, 7-14. I mean, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Okay, Germany has at least put more units on the French border. What they should have done. You know, we're glad to see it. And then afterwards, I do believe you will end up joining up with the faction. Yeah, and Austria just doesn't want to unite the Empire right now. Which, again, is good for us. We want to see them not perform well. Guys ready to go for the invasion of the territory in South America. I don't think you need to be on Argentina's border. Argentina's not going to win their war. Let's send you troops. At least right now to Bordeaux. I don't know where it would make perfect sense to place you. And we could... I mean, Ireland, are you in a faction? Yeah, you're in the Reichspact. I don't think an invasion of Ireland would make sense. The British, I'm pretty sure, will probably try to attempt it themselves. Maybe sending troops into Italy? And these 5 units that we have deployed. I'm gonna actually triple this number. Deploy 1 line here. Send you in the Blue Army. Okay, research slot. Let's go for 1941 artillery upgrade. And I believe all of our planes can probably just be deployed in Norway. Guys deployed. Okay, you guys deployed. Just 100 of each for now. Then you're going to try to bomb the crap out of everything. Do you even want troops this far up north? I think the answer is actually no. Focus even more on the southern effort. No, we can go like 1 more province up, like right there. Also, the rain will be demanded in just a few more days. The war will begin. You have more Brazilian troops being shipped off to Europe. Ready for the inevitable conflict. And you're going to push away into here. The West Indies Federation, I'm not too worried about. And I don't know how much the Entente's really going to even... I don't know if they're going to even join the war just because they're at war with the CSA. Okay, but France is now at war with Germany. Immediately they joined the Weltkrieg. Oh, it's probably because of Ukraine. They technically border the International. That's probably why they did it. War propaganda. No, because you get war propaganda against a specific country, it's more efficient that way. And now we should see the Russians. Yeah, crush the German hegemon. Hey, Paris, I would like to join your war. And Purple Army, it's begin for you to be, time for you to begin your push. Try to take whatever you can in Sweden out. We have lost a little bit of territory here, but you know what? Draw your line like this. They're gonna kill Sweden. Denmark! You don't know what Denmark's going to do. They can join up with the Reichspakt, but they could also theoretically join with the International. Again, I've never seen the AI join the International, but it would be neat to see. Okay, Denver's fallen, which should mean that MacArthur's lost, right? You know, Denmark's joined the Reichspakt. You might see the counter coup, though. And there we go. The MacArthur has lost his war. Denmark, unfortunately, has decided to maybe stay as a country that I'm not happy with. Niger has now revolted. How are the other guys feeling? They're at 100%. I mean, a lot of people are here very, very mad. Mali and Chad have declared independence as well. If France has all their troops in Europe, you might see some good stuff happening here. The American Union State PSAs have signed a non-aggression pact. They want to kill the CSA, which I mean, it's understandable. The CSA is doing a pretty decent job. Okay, but the progress here is going well.